Welcome back, everybody. This is Cosmic. In the last part, we went to the underworld to rescue Diddle, and in this part, we're going to get started right away because this is the third time that I've attempted to record this. And this isn't one of my more favorite quests, and it's kind of a pain in the ass to have to keep redoing it. But, luckily, I have a solution that, fingers crossed, worked last time I was attempting to record this, and this time it should work. We do not want to go there yet. We want to go to Domina. Yeah, I remember this quest because one of the reasons why I originally stopped playing or stopped recording was due to the fact that every now and again my recording software would crash, and if it did it 2 or 3 times in a row, it was really discouraging to want to keep trying, especially when I felt like I had basically everything else perfectly fine the first time, which is another reason, or part of the reason why I get so confused easily and I don't remember stuff as well. It's because occasionally, I talk about things that I know I've already talked about, and I get confused as whether or not that part is already up or not. Although it's been 3-4 months since the last part went up. I haven't recorded, well, this is the last part came up recently. I'm recording these in as many bunches as I can. And I have a slight cold, so I apologize for all the constant sniffing. I know it would irritate the shit out of me. But anyway, we just talked to Roger over there in the church, and he said that the Diggers are going to have an above-ground chapter, since the church is now empty because Reverend Novile is in the White Forest, and they're going to be excavating the White Forest, and Diddle and Gabella are over here, and Diddle is all upset because he's super depressed, even though we just rescued him for the same goddamn problem. It'd be boring to have fun all the time. And actually, I know I talked about this in the last time I recorded this, but I'm going to repeat it again because you haven't heard it. There's an interview of Louis C.K. with some talk show host, Conan O'Brien or someone, and he talks about how people don't feel sad anymore. Like, I don't know, I probably couldn't reiterate it in the same way that he would. I would probably miss all the important parts, but it's just important. Like, in this day and age with technology, you can go on the internet and forget that you feel sad almost immediately, but then you don't really learn anything. You don't learn how to feel sad and how to deal with the fact that you are sad. So, anyway, what I'm trying to get at is Diddle isn't as terrible a character as he seems. Anyway, the Dub Bears took Diddle, and since I said that they were headed to the White Forest for excavation in their above-ground chapter, well, we should probably head there. And although I don't particularly enjoy this quest too much, it is pretty short, so luckily we'll be out of here, which is good news because I need to fit in another quest after this, because I found that my recording software does not like certain areas, the White Forest being one of them, and if I go to a different area, like say doing the next quest won't be taking place in the White Forest, and it won't be taking place in a place that my software doesn't seem to like, then it will correct itself. So after this, we're going to be squeezing in one more quest. It's been a while since I've done, well, it's been a while since I recorded, but it's also been a while since we've done multiple quests in one video, and I think this is a good time to get started back at it. So the main gimmick of this particular quest is that there are Dub Bears all over the place, and I will try my hardest not to show off what they do, but basically you just want to peg them into the dirt, and have this one every single time I have tried doing this, he has always blocked my path. You want to pound them into the dirt, they fall over, kind of like the treasure map quest. Oh my goodness gracious me. I've never ever had this problem before. I've said the exact same thing to all of my first dates. Go down, you fucking fuck. Ugh. But if you try to go to the correct path, I believe it's just the correct path, the Dub Bears will carry you off to a completely different path if you leave any of them still up. which is why you need to knock them down. And I mean, it's not a huge deal if you don't, or if they carry you off, because it's not like you have to fight anything, it's just they send you one screen over. And it's actually kind of an easy way to tell which way the correct way is, I think. I haven't really tried going a way that that isn't the correct way in a very long time, so if that's not how that mechanic actually works, then they kind of just pitch you in some random ass direction, regardless of which path you try to take. Which I don't know why they would. That seems like it'd be pointless to make, so they probably didn't make that feature. I feel like I started that statement somewhere and ended it somewhere else. This part's annoying because there's 4 of them, and I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but I am hitting the X button as hard as I can, and for some reason, they don't always go down. Hurt? Oh, I made it. Excellent. So unfortunately, I will not show off what they do if they catch you. Well, here we are with Roger and the Dub Bears and Diddle. And even though I wasn't reading, I'm pretty sure he mentioned something about Diddle putting the monster to sleep. So that's why they needed Diddle, and Capella's here to say, "Oh, hey, you're my friend." And Capella came here to rescue him, and stuff is happening. Now, this is actually a thing I want to talk about, because the Dub Bears, or the Diggers, have a rivalry with the Pirates. And what's irritating to me is that normally in most games, I absolutely love pirates. I like the sea and stuff like that, which is weird because I'm terrified of the ocean, as I might have mentioned. And I actually have Assassin's Creed 4, which I'm going to play as soon as I do this, except I also have Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 1, which I think I would much rather play, and that'll only be about 2 hours, so I'll probably play that first. But anyway, I think as far as it comes to this game, I would choose the Diggers over the Pirates, because the Diggers are basically all adorable, because they're all Dub Bears. And Dub Bears are adorable, just look at them and their cute little noses. The only big issue is that Roger is kind of an asshole. But you've got the Dub Bears, and you got Putty, and then the whatchamahoozits, what are they called? Pirates? Yeah, that's the word. The Pirates, they're all, for the most part, assholes. Except for Ram Tiger. But he's kind of useless at the same time. And, Captain's a dick. And you don't really get to, like, go on any sea adventures. And speaking of sea adventures, this is a terrible segue. But I know, when I first started, I said that I would be, showing off all of the two-hand axe special techniques, since I think I have them all right now. But unfortunately, I cannot, for the life of me, remember where I left off. I will have to go check my list and see if I started crossing them off. I think I might have. Or I might have crossed off the ones that I'd already learned. At any rate, I will not... I think I'm going to kick that idea to the curb just because I'm too lazy to look. But we'll see. I mean, there's still plenty of time left. I might just start over and show them all from the top. But anyway, that was the end of the quest. I was not paying any attention to it at all. So we're just going to go back to our little cactus and talk to him and tell him our sign. We got him hooked like a Gemini. I don't think those are the words of the song, but William Hung gets me. Anyway, speaking of which, again, as I previously mentioned, this will probably be... It feels weird. I feel like it's a taboo to mention your plans in the middle of a project. But I don't really follow the conventions of Let's Playing. And plus, I'm sure not many people will watch this. Plus, with the whole copyright thing going on, I'm sure most people won't be Let's Playing for very long anyway. But, I realized every Let's Player has their own sort of style, and I feel like I don't really have mine, other than my tone of voice, and the fact that this is me. So, I have decided, that I'm going to try to impart my own sense of self into these, because One of the things that I feel like is important to know is you either need to. I'm totally standing on a soapbox right now. You can feel free to just completely ignore me. But you basically either need to be unique in some way, or just keep putting out content. Like, for instance, another reason why I'm choosing to stop is because I would never have enough time to put out content regularly, which is what happened to me over college. Plus, I was not in a room by myself, and I couldn't record with someone else in the room with me because that would have been weird. I don't even like doing it when my family is in the room right next to me. Anyway, but at college I'm studying to be a lab technician, and so I feel like what I should start doing is try to sneak in some scientific stuff in the middle of my Let's Playing, and we have Elle here with us. She's important for our next quest. I'm just completely disregarding the game for talking about my own shit. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but whatever. So anyway, because science is what makes me happy, and hopefully if at least one person learns something, I can claim to be like Bill Nye or something. So anyway, scientific fact of the day is that actually I don't really have any fact planned out. Syphilis. No, that's too easy. As far as I can tell, syphilis is the only bacteria that's still cured regularly by penicillin. I might be wrong on that one. I don't actually know how to cure most diseases, I just know what they are. Like, for instance, Clostridium perfringens causes gas gangrene, which is treated... I do know this one because it's unique. It's treated by cutting out the tissue that's affected, oxygenating the area, and starting antibiotics. So anyway, that's a little bit of science for you. We'll try not to keep it all to bacteria because bacteria is somewhat boring. But then again, most people would probably find everything that I study mostly boring. Like, if you hear medical biochemistry, the first thing that comes to mind is, oh god. Then the second thing is, oh shit. And the third thing is probably no. Which is exactly how I think about it, but I still need to learn it anyway. Anyway, that's enough of that. We have Elle in tow with us because we are going to be hanging out with a friend of ours. He's not my friend, he might be your friend. Doing this quest. And I didn't mention it earlier, but that quest with Diddle and the Diggers is probably the last time we're going to see the two of them. As far as questing goes, anyway. We'll be running through Domina a couple times again, and we might see them, but I'm pretty sure that'll do it. So we need to exit the world map and go find our special friend, who should be in Popolta Harbor. If you're curious as to who this special friend is, I'll give you a hint. He has 4 legs, weird mating habits, and his initials make Gilbert. Give up? Well, we'll find out in a couple minutes anyway. Feels weird to be recording again, I'm not gonna lie. Also, I remembered why I can't do this for very often, because where I have my microphone on my desk, I need to lean in my desk chair, and that is not the right way I want to go. So, I mean, my posture is already pretty terrible, but right now, I feel like an old man, and I'm probably going to get old man disease in about 2 more days if I keep doing it like this. So there he is, our good friend Gilbert, with our good friend Monique in tow. If he would stop moving. Monique? No, it's Elle. There are only 2 sirens in this entire game, and he is in love with both of them. Then again, he's in love with everybody. He actually reminds me of Captain Jack Harkness from Doctor Who, because he just hits on everything, except I'm pretty sure Gilbert only hits on the ladies. That is the difference between the two. Gilbert, love is blind. Just like Justice and Helen Keller. Anyway, so Elle ran off after Gilbert creepily professed his love for her, which does not take much, and it's actually my go-to flirtation strategy with the ladies. Just find one at a bar someday and be like, hey, you have luscious lips and eyes. Let's mate. Or run away together after you sell all your lamps. What am I saying? Anyway, we need to go track down El Aden because we finally have a quest to do. I need to crack my back. Hopefully. Maybe. Please. No. Oh, yep, there it is. And I don't remember if I need to keep crushing crabs. But I want to do it anyway for good measure. Plus, it's fun. They make a nice little popping noise, and they pop, and they shatter into a bunch of pieces. And we tucked a boink, and we head to West End Beach. And speaking of West End Beach, I don't know if I ever took the time to mention it, but this song is one of my favorite songs in the entire game. There's only one... Actually, I don't know. It's been a long time. I think Irwin's battle theme is pretty good, too. Like, this song, Irwin's battle theme, and a song that we haven't gone into yet are definitely my top 3 favorite songs. The song that we haven't heard yet is my top favorite song ever. But Square Enix, or Square, or whatever, Squaresoft, they always have a pretty good track record with music. And another thing about the music I am going to mention, because I'm completely ignoring this quest and all the other quests. But Flamshy and Monique are talking, or Elle are talking about her refusing to go outside because she's a siren and she doesn't want to sink any more ships because about loose lips. Anyway, as I was going to say, the woman, I think it's a woman, who made the music for Kingdom Hearts, the Kingdom Hearts series, is the same person who made the music for this game. So if you've heard any songs, I think the most noticeable, like the point where I noticed that they sound almost exactly the same is the one boss theme, not the usual boss theme, but the boss theme that plays during like the Bud and Lisa fight. Let's get this treasure chest. It sounds very similar to Kingdom Hearts music, and that's because they were made by the same person. So we want to talk to Elle once we regain control of our character, and she wants to go outside to meet Gilbert, who's out there being a fucking creep. Dude, creep. Oh, Elle, you came. If only he said LOL, because that shit's hilarious. Haha, I cracked myself up. Anyway, we're going to watch this weird scene. Yeah, see, he's already falling in love with Flamshy. It's freaking weird. You couldn't have said it any better myself. Then she goes away. She's probably one of the most useless characters in this game, but she's also one of the best. She has no real point in the plot or the story at all, but she just shows up and she's awesome. And so Gilbert sees a ship, and Monique is saying she doesn't want to go to the ship, but he's going to take her anyway because he doesn't understand how the world works. And I'm pretty sure this quest only will be available if you have the SS Buccaneer near Madura Beach, which is leads back to what I was saying at the very start, where you need to have the lands in a certain area in order for certain quests to be available, and you also need to do quests in a certain order in order for them to all become available. And like I said, the way that I have my map laid out isn't the only way you can do it. It's just I'm sort of following a guide. Like, I've done these quests plenty of times before, so I know how to do them. I just get confused in what order I should do them in, and also where to place my lands so that all the quests get available. So if you want a guide of how to do all the quests, I will be doing all the quests in this game, provided I don't completely fuck something up. And if you want a guide of where to place your lands to make sure that happens, feel free to follow mine. I scoured the internet for the guide I originally had. I printed it off back when I didn't have access to my own computer. I printed it off back in 2006. This game, I believe, came out in 2000. And I have not been able to find it since, and it's currently in a binder in my room, and it's protected by Jesus mostly. But I really hope I don't ever lose it. All I really need is the map. And I'm sure there are other guides out there, but I mean, this is the one that I've been using since I was... 2006 was what? 7 years ago? Since I was 13? How old am I now? I forget. Anyway, so we need to go to the SS Buccaneer to rescue Gilbert and L from Gilbert. And this is actually a longer quest than I originally anticipated. I probably should have been cutting some of this out. But I've been talking the entire time, so I can't really do that. So let's exit to the world map. Actually, it's not really that long, and this isn't much longer than it used to anyway. Let's exit to the world map and go to the SS Buccaneer and see what's up. It's probably not a good place to be, given the fact that there is a siren on here. We'll probably all go down with the ship. But, hey, if there was a better way to die, I couldn't think of one. Oh, your beautiful voice, my darling, please sing. I will not, because I'm afraid that the world will die. Oh. Gilbert just revealed an important plot point, which is that, if a siren doesn't sing, she dies, but if L sings, ships die, so she'd rather sacrifice herself than kill a bunch of people. Which I suppose is fair enough. And I think that we need to go talk to the captain. Yes. Captain, what are you going to do about the siren on the ship? And he talks about capturing them and selling them to the world. Still have that slight cold. I apologize for the thingy. Captain's so weird. Evil otters clattering seashells in your heart. Keep that in mind next time you have anything happening in your heart. Anyway, so they're going to capture the siren and the centaur. So if we make our way back to where they are, we should see a scene unfolding. Which is this. It looks dangerous and scary. Untie the ropes, Gilbert! I'm sad! This is too much to take. Stop it, what has gotten into you, penguins? We be pirates after all. That's not what pirates do. They don't kidnap people, they kidnap booty. So L comes back down. Starts playing my favorite song. Then the ship starts to explode. Sorry about that brief cut there. I had to close my door because people were coming in. And I've tried my hardest to sing this song in my head while she's reading it, or while it appears on screen, and it does not fit with the music that well. And so as she's singing, you can see the ship exploding, and the orc is here, and the ship's gonna sink, and God knows what the orc is, but obviously I'm the only person who's capable of doing anything in this world, so I have to fight it on the forecastle deck. And this actually looks like one of the cooler boss designs in this game. Orc level 25. I don't really remember what attacks he has. Oh, he's got that attack. That's adorable. Not particularly hard, but then again, what boss in this game is You just get through him with a couple of downward strikes and upward strikes and fisticuffs. Oh dear, he's doing something. What am I doing? Oh, probably shouldn't have been standing there. I don't even remember what skills I have set to my triangle and circle buttons. So this is the most roughed up I've ever been in a single boss fight. That's not true. I've died a couple times, not on screen, thank goodness for that, but still. Actually, Draconis is probably... Out of all the bosses I've ever fought in this game, Draconis is probably the one that has killed me the most. Just because if you let him go, he will take your face and remove it from the rest of your body. Anyway, so they now have the siren cornered, and the captain is going to intervene because he realizes that this isn't what pirates do. We almost got killed because of her. But don't forget about the one who saved you. That was me. I saved them. Penguins, stir up that peanut butter in your head. This ship weighs a lot. Why doesn't it sink in the sea? Because of their spirit. Little do they know it's because of the fact that it's the way that boats are made and it causes them to float. It has something to do with physics and air buoyancies and more science stuff. I don't know, I'm not a physicist. Did he just call himself some sort of sea mammal? He doesn't even know what he is. He's an ostrich. Isn't it obvious? And here she is singing again, it's causing explosions. Out of all the superpowers to have in this world, that and the ability to move clocks forward but not time are probably the two greatest superpowers in the world. And so the captain is trying to prove that having a siren sing isn't going to cause the ship to sink. And the song is over, and the ship is still mostly afloat. Hooray! I love a happy ending. And Gilbert is not doing himself any favors, so they make him walk the plank. But I believe that's going to do it for this quest. Fade to black. End of quest scene with Flamshy. And that's going to do it for this part as soon as I'm done talking to my cactus. I'm telling you about Gilbert and his crazy antics. Pretty long episode actually. I was not expecting it to take as long as it did. So I apologize if you don't have about half an hour to spend watching me. But I promise the next few episodes will be shorter. I kind of just wanted to make sure that I would be able to get these quests out of the way, and with that I need to find some wood to knock on because it's likely not going to work out correctly now. Fingers crossed, because I really don't want to have to do that again. But anyway, I'm going to talk to my cactus, and then we're going to call it an episode here. So, if you like this part, thank you. There's really not much else to say other than that. I've been Kesmigoose, and I will see you